Museum at WZMQ 19.
Watch my reports from Delta County only on 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, an Ishpeming woman already facing charges in Alger County faces new arson and homicide felonies, what Julie Boxley is accused of in Marquette County. Plus, it's election day, and while it's a light one here in Upper Michigan, there's some big decisions being made in other states. We're live in Washington with how those decisions could have a nationwide impact. And how a Delta County law enforcement agency is working to be more transparent with the community. Your 19 News starts now.
ZMQ 19 News at 6.
We saw a little bit of snow today. Ariane, I know we were expecting more snow on the way, so when does that all get started?
Tonight, Sarah, and everybody else that's watching, we should expect possibly freezing conditions as well. So just a heads up on that. Your commute this evening could get a little bit slick out there as we've got temperatures dropping, and then we've got rain, snow, that whole mixture with freezing rain on the way. Most of that precipitation and those temperatures are going to be dropping later on this evening. We'll expect that in the morning too. Today we saw a high of 34 out at the National Weather Service, not quite hitting that record low of 2 degrees back in the 90s. I'll take it. I've got your full forecast after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Developing now, an Ishpeming woman is facing new homicide and arson charges in the death of an Ishpeming man late last winter. 52-year-old Julie Ann Boxley was charged with 1 count of first-degree homicide and 1 count of first-degree arson. The charges follow an investigation into a house fire in the city of Ishpeming on March 5th. One person in that home later died of their injuries from the fire. Boxley is also facing arson and assault charges in Alger County, where she allegedly tried to set her husband on fire back in 2021. She pleaded not guilty to those charges this September. There's currently no arraignment date set for these new charges. WZMQ will provide updates as they become available. The importance of today's election stretch beyond our community and our state. Voters across the country will be weighing in on important races and ballot measures like abortion access. The results from tonight can be a significant indication of what's to come in 2024. Our Washington, D.C. correspondents Rachel Knapp and Brendan Scanlon are live at the Capitol this evening to tell us more about what's at stake. Rachel and Brendan, good evening.
Hey there, Sarah. Good evening. That's right. Well, one of the key races that we and many others are keeping a very close eye on tonight is the several races for the Virginia General Assembly just a few hours south of where we are right now. There are 100 House seats and 40 Senate seats on the ballot for Virginia voters. Republicans in Virginia in the General Assembly are looking to maintain their House majority, and they're looking to flip the Democratic-controlled Senate. Their performance will really be an indication and sort of an evaluation of first-term Governor Glenn Youngkin and his priorities like a 15-week abortion ban. Why is this important? Well, everybody, as I said, is really looking at Virginia as sort of a bellwether for next year's election and to really see how abortion rights are shaping the 2024 election, Rachel.
No, that's right. So Democrats are going to be looking at this to see if they can run on abortion issues for this upcoming elections, just like what they did in the 2022 midterm elections. They had a lot of success with that, especially after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. So again, just as Brendan explained, if voters decide to flip the Virginia Senate into two Republican, they'll have a supermajority, meaning that there's really no roadblocks, so they can move forward with their agenda. And so abortion is also on the ballot in other places like Ohio. Voters will decide if they want to enshrine abortion access into their state constitution. And we're also monitoring some key and influential gubernatorial races at places like Mississippi and Kentucky. Brendan?
That's right, Rachel. Yeah, a lot of very important races, Sarah, that we're keeping a very close eye on throughout the rest of this evening, but we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Rachel and Brendan, thank you very much. A reminder that polls are open tonight until 8 p.m. local time. You can still see what's on your ballot by visiting michigan.gov/vote. We'll have election results throughout the evening at WZMQ19.com. Meanwhile, in Lansing, new legislation currently being reviewed in the Senate would create standards for using artificial intelligence in political campaign ads. Representative Penelope Cernoglu from East Lansing introduced the bills back in October. She says she wanted to create something to address the increasing concern surrounding deep fakes and AI being used to create intentionally deceptive materials. The representative says these bills would make it mandatory for any audio, video, or pictures created using AI to be labeled as such.
Voters should keep themselves, up to speed with things, and they should do research and their homework, and they absolutely should. But they also shouldn't have misinformation put out there when it looks like it's real, and there's no way to tell that it's not real.
Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, we'll have more on why the bill's authors say it's important that these bills be passed as we head into the 2024 presidential elections. The petitions supporting the recall of 3 Delta County commissioners have all been completed and submitted. The Delta County Citizens for Ethical Leadership is calling for Commissioners David Moyle, Bob Barron, and Robert Peterson to be removed from the board. The petitions for Moyle's and Barron's districts were turned in earlier this fall, and circulators in Peterson's district needed 775 signatures and have now turned in 953. Peterson says he will be reviewing the signatures and challenging any he believes are invalid. Those signatures are currently being verified by the county clerk. So far, only Moyle's recall has been confirmed for the May 2024 election. Tonight at 11:10 Central, hear from the Citizens for Ethical Leadership and Peterson about today's developments. A Delta County law enforcement agency is making a change to be more transparent with the community. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has the details.
For the first time in its history, Escanaba Public Safety will soon equip its officers with body cams.
Escanaba Public Safety has been purchasing body cameras for the last several years. The only issue is the budget. When the cameras first came out, they could be priced up to $200,000. Not only the camera costs, but the cloud maintenance fees.
Thanks to a $60,000 Bureau of Justice grant and a matching contribution from the city, the department is finally getting 30 body-worn cameras.
They'll be placed through the front of the uniform or through a pocket.
Captain Darren Smith says the recordings can be used as evidence in criminal prosecutions, as training materials, and as a way to make law enforcement more transparent.
If we have citizen complaints on our officers, we can use the video as well to see if a complaint's sustained, not sustained, what can be improved on to make sure that we're doing everything correctly.
Smith says the public has largely been supportive of officers wearing body cams. However, he expects some citizens to have concerns.
Somebody may not come forth with information. They may act violently or negatively just for the reason that they're on camera.
He says there are already FBI-approved policies and procedures in place to prevent any privacy violations.
Our recordings aren't just going to be released to anybody. There is a FOIA process. Redactions occur, and only the information that we absolutely have to release will be released. We make sure that people's private lives stay private.
Escanaba Public Safety will receive the cameras in about a month, and officers will be trained on proper usage before wearing them on duty.
As an administration point, these are a great tool for us. It's going to catch all the interactions, emotions, so all that comes out to play in evidence for the community and the department. It's a win-win.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Your first morning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, we're finding out what's up with Megan. She's sharing a little history lesson with us tonight, just in time for the special holiday this weekend. And later, the growing cannabis industry, how the legalization in 2018 has impacted more than just the business side of things. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
John Zotto has big moves. And it's still John Zotto, which means clean cars and great service. Come see for yourself. John Zotto Marquette.
New CBS next Tuesday.
We're NCIS. As the SEALs say, the only easy day was yesterday.
Sounds like it's out of country still.
Your team protects U.S. Navy assets in this country.
Murder on the high seas.
NCIS!
This country is something else.
With a great cap comes great responsibility.
NCIS Sydney. New series premieres next Tuesday, 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
The UP's show for family fun. Join me for Pictionary here on WZMQ TV 19.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Here we go. Winter alerts on the way. Already started actually last week, but we do have 2 winter weather advisories to tell you about this evening, starting around 8 p.m. Central Time. That is for Gogebic and Iron counties, as well as down here in Wisconsin for Florence, Forest, Oneida, and Vilas counties. We could see up to about 2 inches here in the UP, and then also ice on the way. Could be a light glaze of that as well. So just a heads up, if you're driving anywhere this evening into tomorrow morning, that advisory ends at 8 a.m. Central Time. Right now, those temperatures in that 30-degree range. We've got a lot of cloud coverage and then wintry mix headed our way. I know you're excited about this too, right? We could expect a late freeze this evening. Those temperatures still dipping down in the 25-35 range. We've got freezing rain expected overnight into our morning, and then wet snow conditions. It's going to be a wet day pretty much for everybody. We'll expect snow in the north, rain in the south, and then taking a look, we do have some gusts to contend with as well. A lot of those gusts and change of direction here, as we'll expect winds coming from the east there, and then those gusts up to about 30 miles an hour. So just a heads up on that for a very breezy Wednesday. I just recently got my, now I can't even think of it, my snow blower ready to go because it is that time of the year. I think though you'll be okay with snow shovels, maybe a broom tomorrow, depends on where you are. As we take a look at current conditions here, we've got the system moving in, going to hit the nose of course first, as we talked about that winter weather advisory. And then this evening into tomorrow, a lot of that precipitation heading overnight, and then your morning commute could be a little bit dicey with those mixtures of rain, snow, sleet, pretty much everything but hail and tornadoes. Cross your fingers that doesn't happen. Thursday morning, we'll expect some rain showers. Most of that activity, though, over here in the east, and then a mix moving in later on in the evening. Your 7-day outlook for Marquette, those temperatures warming up just a little bit on Thursday. We've got lots of mixes on the way. And then Veterans Day, it's looking like we've got partly sunny skies pretty much for everyone across the board.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next.
Since the 15th century, Antwerp, Belgium has been the city for diamonds. Erickson Jewelers is going overseas to this diamond capital soon to handpick directly from a sparkling selection unlike any in the world. Tell us what you're looking for and we'll use our connections to personally find it in Antwerp's famous diamond district. This is a special opportunity that allows us to negotiate the best options and value for you. Find out how Erickson Jewelers can bring home your one-of-a-kind Antwerp diamond.
We've been a big part of a lot of community events. You know, we've been to a lot of festivals, parades, the UP 200, the Meyer State Games. Which one has been your favorite?
I gotta say, okay, first of all, the Upper spirit, right? Dedication,
care, humor, and then that grit. And watching all of these events being put together and the volunteers, it's just been incredible, especially with the UP 200 having to pivot.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite because of how they were able to do that, but also the fact that they put snow on 3rd Street and we got to go sledding down there. That was my favorite. What about you? I would agree with that. I mean, just the Festival of the Sled Dog was really cool to see because it was that Upper spirit of it doesn't matter if someone's going to knock us down, we're just going to keep going. And I think it was really cool for us to be a part of that too because it was right in front of our studios. I mean, we just had to walk out our front door basically and we could be right there at the festival. And I think that's really another cool thing about being right downtown is everything kind of does happen right at our front doorstep. And it's exciting not only as a news station, but as someone who lives here. It's exciting to have such easy access to these festivals and events and the Blueberry Festival and the Farmers Market.
That was my second one, was the Wednesday night Farmers Market and seeing all that local produce and products, especially those smash burgers.
The smash burgers were just delightful.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
There's a number of events happening in downtown Marquette this month, most notably Ladies' Night. But there's some changes coming to this annual event that you should know about that might make you smile. Joining us tonight from the DDA is Mike Bradford. Thanks for coming in, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so Ladies' Night is always the big night, and of course it's not just for the ladies, it's really for everyone. But
yes.
What are these changes that are coming this year?
So, because it's been so successful, we decided to extend it to Ladies' Day. So that is all day. So going from the moment that, businesses open all the way to 8 p.m. So you still got that 4 to 8 p.m. like swing, but we wanted to allow other people to have an opportunity to get these specials and deals.
Yeah. What was the idea behind that? Did you get some feedback from businesses asking for that?
Yeah, both from the community and the businesses. The biggest one, though, there were a lot of people who didn't like the shoulder-to-shoulder, and the rush and the big crowds. And there are those who work at the businesses who participate, whose employees could never participate because they're working. So this was an opportunity to give everybody a better chance to, participate in the event.
Yeah, it does get crazy during Ladies' Night. It really
does.
Is shoulder to shoulder down there. How many businesses are participating this year?
So we have exactly 80 businesses. So a nice increase from last year. I think we owed that a lot to being all day. So we got some coffee shops, other retailers, others that didn't have to extend their hours or, break themselves to participate. So it was a big success.
Yeah. When you first told me 80, I thought, well, where are they all? I mean, sometimes you kind of think of downtown Marquette as like this one little stretch, but it's all over the place.
Yes. So that includes, basically from 3rd Street all the way down from Washington, Spring, Baraga, all of it. And every block is participating.
Awesome. Where do people find a list of participating businesses?
Yeah. So if you just go to downtownmarquette.org/ladiesdayout, you'll have the whole list of specials. And the passports will be going out this weekend.
Yeah, tell us about the passports.
So the passports is the way to basically it's not just enough to have these specials and deals and all these things that businesses put on, but also an opportunity to win something.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is go to 10 businesses, have them tick off the mark, and return your passport, and you'll put it into a raffle for one of many gift baskets that have items donated from all the participating businesses.
Very cool. What are some of the deals that people are maybe going to keep their eyes out for Ladies' Day Out?
So one of mine is definitely Downwinds on 3rd Street.
Yeah.
So there it's like 20% off the entire store. So for me who likes, outdoor activity, that's a first stop, if I get the chance. Then there are others, from Donkers where you get different discounts on different candies and meals, all the way from Iron Bay on cocktails, and Ordock, for social district drinks. So that's a new addition too this year.
Yeah,
social
that's
district
right.
drinks. So you can actually have yourself a drink and walk the entire downtown and, window shop.
It'll be a fun weekend. So that's on November 16th this year, the day after opening, deer season opener.
Yes. So on a Thursday all day, kind of kicks off the holiday shopping.
Awesome. One more thing that we wanted to mention, the holiday parade and city tree lighting that's coming up next month.
Yeah, December 8th. So it's always been on a Thursday, just like Ladies' Day, but we decided to move it to Friday. So Friday from 6 to 8 p.m., 6 to 7, you have a parade going down 3rd Street to end at the Marquette Commons, where we then will have, I think it's the 48th annual city tree lighting.
Nice.
Where we'll actually be seeing a few changes this year, some updates. So I definitely recommend people stay tuned.
Awesome. And once again, where can people go to find all the information happening downtown?
For anything downtown, it's always downtownmarquette.org.
Perfect. Mike, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Still ahead tonight, what's up with Megan? She's sharing a little history with us tonight to give us a better understanding and appreciation for our nation's heroes ahead of this weekend's special holiday. And later, how the legalization of cannabis brought new opportunities to more than just the business sector. But first, here is your Upers United Volunteer Opportunity of the Day. A Feeding America mobile food pantry is coming to K.I. Sawyer tomorrow. Volunteers are needed from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Volunteers will help set up, pack boxes, load vehicles. They still need about 20 helpers for this, and if you listen to Ariane, you might want to bundle up for this one. It is outside. To sign up to be a volunteer or to check out other volunteer opportunities around Marquette County, head on over to upersunited.com.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, a man carrying an assault-style rifle was arrested on Capitol Hill near the Senate office building. The shocking details we're learning about the suspect. That and more headlines tonight right here on the CBS Evening News.
Such a big house. How many of you live here?
There's just the two of us.
Yeah.
CBS is the home of ghosts. Even the ones from across the pond.
You're dead?
All right, don't rub it in.
Say cheers to the original UK haunting that became a global phenomenon.
I suppose you've seen a body anywhere on you.
The UK ghosts are coming.
It's your classic haunted house.
Premiering Thursday, November 16th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature Made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
The holidays are coming, but you can help others today. Operation Warm Up is designed to collect new or gently used hats, mittens, gloves, and coats. Bring your winter clothing items to any nearby Goodwill store. Donated items will help children and adults right here at home. More details available at WZMQ19.com. Operation Warm Up brought to you by Goodwill and WZMQ 19 News.
Meet Mike Baxter, pioneer.
Dad, how do you kill an elk?
Wait outside the lodge until last call, then hit it with a tire.
Frontiersman.
Pheasant hunting is ridiculous, all the running and the chasing and the fetching.
That's what the dog's for.
But Maddie did such a good job. Who's a good girl?
Legend.
I have a 60-year-old truck and a 30-year-old marriage. You should be happy that I am stuck in my old ways.
I do love that truck.
No wonder he's the last man standing.
BTV decodes the Andy Griffith Show.
It sure was slicker than a firehouse pole the way you took us all in.
That means you were very clever pulling a scheme on us. See if you can decode the Andy Griffith Show.
Weeknights at 8.
Let's find out what's up with Megan O'Connor. And Megan, this weekend is a very important holiday.
That's right, Sarah. Tonight on What's Up with Megan, Saturday marks Veterans Day. And after speaking to veterans about what they would like to see on tonight's segment, they requested some educational programming. Veterans Day began at the end of World War I. World War I ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. To mark the one-year anniversary of the Great War, former President Woodrow Wilson declared that November 11th would be celebrated as Armistice Day, with parades, public meetings, and a 2-minute pause of business at 11 a.m. It wasn't until 1954 that Armistice Day became Veterans Day, honoring all military veterans who have served in the United States Armed Forces. What is the difference between Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and Armed Forces Day? Memorial Day honors Americans who died while in military service, and Armed Forces Day honors those currently serving in the U.S. military. Veterans Day honors all of those who have served the country, dead or alive, although it's largely intended to thank living veterans for their service. So, thank you to our veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for us and the common good.
I appreciate that history lesson, because you're right. A lot of people don't really understand what the differences between all the days are and just kind of see them all as the same thing.
Right, and they're not.
Yes, exactly. They all come from a common thread, but they are different. And so this Saturday, we're celebrating our veterans.
That's right.
So what else is going on? A few other Veterans Day things.
Yes. So on Wednesday in Iron Mountain, John Fernetti Dental Center will be hosting Dentistry for Vets from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., a day of free dental care for U.S. Armed Forces veterans. It's first come, first serve, and walk-ins only. November 9th and 10th is Ladies' Night in Houghton. Enjoy 2 days of deals, sales, and drawings to jumpstart your holiday shopping. More information can be found at QAnon.org. Frozen Squid Productions and Diamond House International presents Veterans Day Comedy Show. Enjoy comedians Trevor Klumper and Sean Patrick Moore in Iron Mountain at the American Legion 50 on November 10th and at the Alloway Community Center on November 11th, both at 7 o'clock. Tickets can be purchased at fspcomedy.com. In Munising, join the East Channel Brewing Company for the grand opening of The Connection, East Channel Brewing Company's new production facility and tap room. On November 11th, they are opening their doors from noon to 10 for a great day with friends, brews, and cider. Live music will start at 7. And Venue 906 in Kingsford is hosting a Veterans Day fundraiser on November 11th from 2 to midnight. The entrance fee is by donation, and all proceeds go to the Oscar G. Johnson VA Medical Center. They are offering free meals for veterans with valid ID, silent auctions, raffles, 50/50, and more.
Awesome. Megan, thank you very much.
Of course.
In other news tonight, Michigan legalized recreational cannabis back in 2018, and since then, the industry has been growing exponentially in both sales and now in educational opportunities. WZMQ's Mitchell Reif shares how it's impacting here in the UP.
For over 50 years, cannabis had been outlawed and largely stigmatized with the signing of the Controlled Substance Act in 1970. Now, 5 years after recreational cannabis became legal in the state of Michigan, it seems there's a handful of cannabis shops in every county throughout the UP. According to a Crane Detroit business report, Michigan now leads the nation in the industry and is projected to exceed $3 billion in sales.
A lot of the challenges that operators face are regulatory hurdles more so than industry hurdles.
The CEO of Greenflower, a cannabis educational partner with Northern Michigan University teaching the ins and outs of the industry, says the constraints are even seen in the education sense.
The unfortunate reality of the current state is that the industry is complicated and that there are these nuances to be able to navigate. Sometimes people are concerned about whether they will be able to get a career in this industry, but we try to educate them that there's actually a lot more opportunities than most people realize.
One graduate from Greenflower's program, David Phipps, is now based in Chicago with a certification in agriculture and horticulture. Even though there are still legal constraints following his industry, he believes those soon will end and wants to get ahead of the game.
Still thinking about taking that medicine and healthcare also. That's the next big step that's going to really pop, and I want to get into that field also because I know that's going to be where the money is.
Greenflower notes that those same legal limitations that keep businesses out of the cannabis industry are starting to turn into significant opportunities for those in the industry, and having educational programs like Greenflower at NMU helps teach students those limitations and the best ways to move forward in their cannabis careers.
That's why you see so many specialists, people that have cannabis banking services or things like those ancillary services are opportunities to fill those gaps in.
Mitchell Reif, WZMQ 19 News, Marquette.
We have more winter weather blowing into the UP overnight, and it could make for a slick commute tomorrow morning. Ariane has the outlook on the way.
Tonight, Americans head to the polls in multiple states. What could key races signal about the 2024 election? And as betting on college sports soars, the NCAA president tells us why gambling on college players is creating trouble off the field on the CBS Evening News.
All-wheel drive season is coming. Changes, weather, road conditions. What doesn't change? Toyota's commitment to giving you the freedom to explore. With more all-wheel drive choices like the best-selling Camry, Toyota now offers $1,000 APR cash on new gas model 2024 Camrys, including all-wheel drive, or low APR financing up to 72 months on remaining 23 Camrys, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Change is coming. Save now on Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
China's hospitals for children is awesome.
Wow, I was a really cute kid. But it's true, Shriners Hospitals for Children is awesome. The first time I went to Shriners Hospitals for Children, I was 2 months old. Since then, they have helped me with over 18 operations and thousands of rehabilitation hours. Because of their care, now I live a full, independent life. I got my driver's license, and I'm going to college.
It's amazing to know that there's someone looking out for me and my family.
And it isn't just the doctors and nurses who have been looking out for me. It was you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's keep this amazing story going. All you have to do is go to loveshriners.org, and you'll be a part of something special too. Thank you so much.
What do you say we get on out of here? I don't care where we go if it's as far as we can get.
Wagon Train, weekdays at 4 on MeTV 19.1.
Might be a good time to get those winter tires and kits ready to go. We've got winter weather advisories for Gogebic and Iron counties tonight until tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. And your morning commute, my friends, it's going to be a little bit slick, especially for the west half with snow showers and rain showers on the way.
That does it for us for now. Thanks for being here. We'll see you back here tonight at 11:10 Central.